49th overall selection, Alontae Taylor. New Orleans, they get a cornerback. It's a kid, Tennessee volunteer, 6 feet, 200 pounds. This is an interesting pick. People were all over the map here. A lot of times we get solid player, good pick, that kind of thing. I feel like some people liked him and some people thought he missed tackles and there were some deficiencies here. What did you see when you see a cornerback drafted in the second round by the Saints? You were a cornerback drafted in the second round by McFadden.
With Taylor, you didn't really see a lot of consistency, but I believe they feel like potentially he can emerge to be a starter in their secondary. It reminds me a lot of Keenan Lewis, who got drafted to the Pittsburgh Steelers, eventually played with the New Orleans Saints, and flourished to have a pretty good career until the injuries derailed that.
What can I teach a second-round corner, and what can I not teach a second-round corner? I mean, I know I can't teach height, I can't teach speed, but what are some of the things where if they didn't do it in college, you go, I don't care, I can teach that?
Well, eye discipline. You hear me talk about that all the time.
I love eye discipline.
When you talk about having eye discipline, that will put you in positions to be successful regardless of how fast or quick you are. And then understanding angles. If you know how to utilize proper angles, that will keep you in the hip pocket of most wide receivers, most pass catchers. And then also being disruptive with your hands. If you're a long, lengthy corner, God made you that way for a particular reason, to bump in one wide receivers. Utilize it and do it in a consistent fashion. And you talked about some of the things you can't coach, you can't teach. He has those things. He has size and he can run. What was his 40 time?
4.36.
Woo! That is 200 pounds. That is moving. That is hauling right there. What did you see with this cornerback? This is a guy that, there's a lot of cornerbacks being taken in the draft. This is New Orleans going there with the 49th overall selection.
Some people have talked about this kid potentially moving to safety, and they lost Marcus Williams, and they may be looking. But this is another kid that has versatility at multiple positions. The biggest transition, though, and we've done it a couple of times, is taking a corner and moving him to safety. It's a whole different look out there.
Yes, it is.
When you're out one-on-one, and this kid can use his length, and if he can learn how to use his hands to jam and disrupt the receiver, it's going to give him a better chance to stay on top of the receivers downfield, because he has the speed and length to do that.
And also, too, we must remember they added Marcus May, who had a season-ending injury, so who knows when he may be ready to go, even though they gave him a pretty nice contract.
All right, New Orleans goes with an athlete at the cornerback position from the University of Tennessee, Alontae Taylor.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.